We have my family back with another react. They've been wanting me to get you guys to watch this.
Okay.
So this is why no military on Earth could survive invading the United States. This is going to show why it's a bad idea. No country's going to mess with them. And this is going to be why.
Picture every country as a medieval castle, complete with towering walls, secret traps, and all sorts of defenses to protect the crown. In this scenario, the United States stands out as the toughest castle in the world.
Right.
So, when someone asks, what would it really take to invade the United States? It opens up a fascinating conversation about how geography, demographics, and military strength come together to make the US one of the hardest countries to invade in modern.
Well, that's the thing. When it comes to like invading, you've actually got to get to their country, right? So like, where's the map? So the UK, where's the UK? Yeah, I was gonna say the UK's always been good in history, like for invading and that.
It's that small, we're not on there.
Well, I was gonna say because we're surrounded by water. So
Yeah.
for anyone to get to us, to invaders, they have to go through water, which is harder.
Yeah.
Right? Apparently, we're underwater now. We're not actually here. But America, yeah, they're surrounded by water, but they got like, you know, Canada above them and then Mexico below them. Do you know what I mean? So I thought, could they not just invade through here? But
demographics and military strength come together to make the US one of the hardest countries to invade
But they're
in modern
strong.
history. But to understand why invading America is so difficult, we need to start with what makes invasions successful in the first place.
Yeah, but why are they going to
Military
tell
his-
us?
what do you mean?
Why would they tell other military places how to get through to attack America?
They're basically going to say like how hard it is.
How hard it would be.
But-
So if you did try and do that, they'll show you how they're going to take you out.
So they're not going to say, right, if you want to attack us, this is how you do it.
To be fair, America being America, they would probably give you the best plan.
Because that's
Yeah.
what
and
you
wish you
just
the
said.
best.
Yeah.
So we're going to basically tell you.
Yeah,
Oh.
but you're not going to be able to do it.
Yeah, but this isn't the top of the military team in the government. This is just, you know, a guy who analyzes it.
Oh,
Anyone
yeah,
could do
true.
this. You know what I mean? It's
Some
like you
people
giving
do
your
it.
There's
research.
several key
That'll be a
factors.
trap.
The element of surprise, manageable supply lines, and crucially, the ability to establish a foothold and expand from there.
And he's just saying like what's worked in the past. Like this is how you do an invasion.
It just so happens that America's unique geographic position eliminates almost every advantage that has made invasions in the past possible. Let's start with the most obvious barrier,
The water.
the oceans. The United States sits between two of the world's largest bodies of water. The Atlantic Ocean stretches roughly 3,000 miles to Europe, while the
Mad.
Pacific spans an even more formidable 5,000 miles to Asia.
Yeah, so like if anyone from Asia is gonna invade America or anyone from Europe is gonna invade America, they're gonna have to travel that
They're
far
going to have to take a packed lunch.
and then just hope that America don't attack you
Yeah.
whilst you're in the water. Do you know what I mean? So like
My
you're not gonna do
God.
that.
Without being
But it's not
seen
just
as
about
well.
But yeah, they're
Yeah.
gonna see you.
Well, they'd have
It's
to
about
refuel,
what that
wouldn't
distance
they?
means for a would-be invader. You see, modern naval warfare depends heavily on supply chains, fuel, and the ability to maintain communication across vast distances. Any naval force attempting to cross either ocean to invade America would be operating at the extreme limits of its logistical capabilities. Consider this. The D-Day invasion, one of the most successful amphibious assaults in history, involved crossing just 100 miles of the English Channel. Roughly speaking,
You know D-Day, don't you?
Yeah.
D-Day. You know D-Day? It was in France. It was the coast of France. It was basically when we was fighting the Germans.
Yeah.
So like they was in France, and then we went D-Days. Like we all went to a beach from England and stuff to like
That's
fight
nice.
them off. And they're saying how long it took. So like it was 100 miles, a lot shorter than getting to America.
involved crossing just 100 miles of the English Channel. Roughly speaking, it required approximately 156,000 Allied troops, around 5,000 ships, and months of preparation.
Yeah, so crossing up.
5,000 ships.
So basically, what he's saying is for us to cross 100 miles, it took 150,000 people, 5,000 ships. and months of doing. So imagine now crossing 5.5 thousand miles. You're gonna need a lot. Yeah, it's gonna take a lot.
All supported by established bases in Britain. Now imagine scaling that operation across 3,000 to 5,000 miles of open ocean, with no friendly territory to stage from.
Yeah.
The logistics behind such an invasion become even more daunting when you consider detection. Modern satellite surveillance, radar networks, and maritime patrol aircraft make it virtually impossible to move large naval forces without anybody noticing.
Yeah, they're going to pick you up.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Straight away.
That's the thing with like today's technology. You can't do anything without being seen now.
Yeah.
So like you don't have the surprise anymore. No. That aspect.
Any invasion fleet would be spotted days, if not weeks,
if you're seeing that, you'd know they're coming for war. If you're seeing like a nice big cruise ship,
well, yeah,
you'd think, oh, that's just people going on.
Well, to be fair, any country that sees like a different country's ship in their waters, they immediately go on alert. It's like it happened with us. I don't know if you've seen, but in the past week, there's been a Russian ship near UK waters.
Is it?
So one of our UK military people pretty much said, we know what you're doing, we see what you're doing. If you come south, we're ready. Yeah, that happened in the past 3 weeks.
Is it?
Yeah, so like every single ship's monitored. Every single ship's No, it happens. It happens more than you know, more than you think. It happens a lot. Like they do. They just monitor a lot of things.
Scary, isn't it?
Reaching American shores, giving U.S. forces.
It wasn't a warship, by the way. It was a ship, a intelligence ship. So they're looking for information. Don't know what on, but they're just like.
That's
nosy.
More than enough time to prepare defensive positions. But what about launching an invasion from neighboring countries? After all, the United States shares borders with Canada and Mexico.
Yeah.
Surely that creates vulnerability, right?
See, I always thought to invade America, first of all, you're crazy. Mm-hmm. Secondly, this is the only way you'd be able to do it.
You go to Mexico.
You go to Mexico, not Canada, because Canada and America is so good ties. Mexico and America have good ties. But you would go through Mexico, try and like stay in here, build up your army in here, and then go through land here. But then it's going to say like, why? That's not possible either.
But isn't it really hard to get in and out of Mexico to America?
Well, yeah, it's very bordered off. Yeah, it's very bordered. So.
Unfortunately for any invader, they're deeply integrated into American military and economic systems.
Right.
Canada is a NATO member and one of America's closest security partners. Mexico, while not in NATO, has extensive military cooperation agreements with the U.S.
Oh, they're not in NATO.
Mexico?
Yeah.
No.
But we are.
We are, yeah.
And America are.
Yeah.
So we work together.
Yeah.
But Mexico, who are literally below America, aren't.
No, they're not. Yeah, they're not.
No
but they have good ties with America, but for the military side. So.
Oh my god.
Heavily on American trade. For any hostile nation to use these countries as invasion routes, they would first need to conquer or coerce them. In other words, they would essentially have to launch 2 separate military campaigns before even reaching American territory.
Yeah, they're basically saying the only way to invade America then is you would have to invade Mexico. So you would have to invade Mexico first and then invade America. So yeah, it's just not going to happen. Because America's not going to allow that either. Like, if America sees like Russia's invading Mexico,
they're going to stop.
They're going to be like, hold on, wait a minute, what's your plan?
Yeah.
And then they're just going to kick them out. So.
Yeah.
This would require force projections of unprecedented scale and would trigger immediate American response.
Yeah.
But let's imagine, hypothetically, that all of that somehow became possible. Even then, the geographic challenges are staggering. An invasion from the north would have to cross the Canadian Shield, a massive area of rocky terrain and forests, then navigate the Great Lakes region. The US military could easily cut supply lines by controlling key transportation hubs like Winnipeg or Thunder Bay, effectively isolating any northern advance.
Right.
From the south, invaders would face a large concentration of American military power. Recent deployments have...
The thing is though, right? The scariest thing, like I'm thinking, let's say I'm a part of like Russia's army.
Yeah.
Right? We've made a plan to invade America.
Yeah.
Right? The biggest problem I see is, let's say you got into America. So now I'm in America, right? Guess who else, as well as the army, are going to fight me? The civilians.
Oh.
Yeah.
The civilians, they have guns.
I weren't going to say that.
What was you going to say?
Mafia. Oh. In Mexico.
What? We're in America now. But the mafia's in America too, right? So yeah,
Mafia's known from Mexico, isn't it?
Yeah.
I was going to say the
The
mafia.
cartel you're on about. The cartel.
They're scary.
Yeah.
They'd scare me more than the military.
But what I'm saying is, right, is like, you know when like countries invade other countries, they kind of can invade the country and the civilians are just around them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
In America, you really think the civilians are just going to be around you? No. They're going to be in the houses. They're going to see.
Standing by,
they're going to
yeah,
see
aren't they?
an invader walk by. They're going to just shoot them.
Yeah.
You've got 350 million people to fight. That's too many people.
Yeah.
You've got to fight the whole civilians as well.
But mind you, they've not got many people to fight because they've got to go over rocky terrain. So you start with 500,000 troops.
Yeah.
To invade America.
Yeah.
By the time you've gone over them rocky terrains, the waters,
Yeah.
the mountains,
Yeah.
it's going to be one guy going, I came here to invade, but I've lost everybody else.
Because America's
Trying to
huge
get
as well.
you.
Yeah, America's huge.
You know what I mean?
So yeah, no, it's just there's no point doing it.
No.
It's too hard.
Placed thousands of American troops along the Mexican border. Any large-scale military movement would once again be detected immediately, and the attacking force would have to advance through some of the most challenging terrain in North America, including the Sonoran and Chihuahuan deserts.
Yeah, no.
See,
But
that's
here's
just
where
wrong.
America's
It's all
def-
cool to see.
Yeah.
Like, it is cool. We've never lived in a war. We've never lived through a world war.
What you're saying? A war's
No,
cool?
a war isn't cool,
Like to
but
see
to actually
how-
see them
Yeah,
in
yeah.
their line of work.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah, seeing
Yeah.
them trucks drive by and them big ships in the sea. It's
Yeah.
like, oh,
Oh, we might be in a war.
no.
Yeah.
Defensive
I would like to
advantages
be.
become even more pronounced.
Unfortunately, the UK is very easy invadable nowadays
I don't say that.
because
Well, we're not that easy because we're not even on the map. No one's found us.
no, but like as in a sense, like we're so small.
Oh, gosh.
We
yeah.
don't have crazy geography
Yeah,
to defend
yeah.
from. The only thing that we have protected is the water.
And the
we are-
NATO.
and we're- no, I'm saying like if we're not in NATO or whatnot.
Yeah.
Let's say we got kicked out of NATO.
We've got nothing. We're quite
We-
open, aren't we?
We have
I
good
think.
allies. We have very good allies, and we do have a good military, right? But like,
But we're quite open.
but
to
if
everything.
Russia was like, yo, let's invade the
Oh,
UK,
gosh,
we're
yeah.
tiny.
We've got
Yeah,
no
we're not as
chance.
protected as America.
Yeah, we're
We've got no
tiny.
chance.
Let's say the invading
We'll need
force
America to protect
somehow
us.
established a foothold on American soil. They would immediately confront
Look at
what
that.
you could call a natural defensive line. The United States is essentially divided by a series of geographic barriers that would force any invading army to fight for every mile of advance.
Yeah, like imagine you've got your bag, you're going to invade, and you gotta walk all the way up there,
I know.
and then more.
That's if you're lucky to get that far. You'd probably be
No,
spotted
yeah,
before then.
yeah.
The Rocky Mountain chain
The bears
runs
will
like
have
a
you.
spine
Yeah.
through the western part of the country, creating natural choke points that favor America.
Yeah, so that's all the Rocky Mountains over here. All of this is just,
my God.
and that's huge.
The Mississippi River system divides the
You're
country
not even in
into
America yet.
distinct regions, each requiring separate river crossings under fire. Military history shows us how devastating river crossings can be.
Right.
During the Civil
Yeah.
War, battles like Fredericksburg and Antietam demonstrated the enormous casualties that result from forced river crossings against prepared defenses. Now imagine attempting such crossings against modern military
Oh,
technology,
look at that.
precision artillery, air support, and guided munitions, all directed by satellite surveillance and real-time intelligence. There is absolutely no shot of sustaining an invasion in this case. But perhaps America's most unique defensive advantage is its civilian population.
Yeah.
Civilians.
Specifically, its relationship with firearms.
Yeah.
The United States
Like I'm telling you right now, if let's say somehow in some way America got invaded, right? There's gonna be civilians like this hunting the invaders.
Yeah.
They're gonna be hunting them. They're all gonna be on a mission.
Now, if that
We're all
was
going
in,
to turn into military people, aren't we?
if that
Yeah.
was us in the UK, we'd be there, wouldn't we, with our front doors with the saucepan and
Yeah.
a wooden spoon. Get out.
For bread.
Throwing teaspoons at the. Hey, if you're not here for a cup of tea, leave.
It's true, that's all we've got.
Highest rate of civilian gun ownership in the world, with 120.5 firearms for every 100 civilians.
There's 120 guns for every 100 people. So there's 20 more guns than every 100 people.
God, same as we've got teaspoons.
To put that into perspective, Switzerland only has 27.58 firearms for every 100 civilians.
Oh, wow.
Good grief.
This creates a scenario that military planners would probably call a strategic nightmare.
Yeah.
It's one thing to defeat a conventional army. It's different to occupy a territory where a significant portion of the civilian population is armed and more than likely hostile.
Yeah, like how you actually, like...
They're going to be angry.
Yeah, like even if all of us in the UK had guns,
Yeah.
nobody would want to invade us, because how are you going to control a country that all have guns?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
let's say like we got invaded by Russia,
Yeah.
a Russian guy came up to my house. I'm going to shoot him.
Yeah.
And that's going to happen in every home.
Yeah.
So it's a
Wow.
nightmare. Like, you just wouldn't want to invade that country. There's no way.
History provides sobering examples of what this looks like. The Soviets in Afghanistan, the Americans in Iraq, and various other occupations throughout the 20th century demonstrate that even the
Yeah, it's like that as well. It's like, you know, when we had the war that UK was fighting, I think UK was fighting in Afghanistan, right?
Yeah.
And it was a nightmare for our troops.
Yeah.
Because even though not all the civilians had guns, but because there was a lot
Yes,
of
there
like
was.
people with guns
There was.
and bombs and that,
Yeah.
a lot of them was getting attacked back.
Behind hidden doors
Yeah, yeah.
and stuff like
and
that.
when you don't know what's there, it's a nightmare.
Yeah.
It's a nightmare. So like,
Even children had
yeah,
weapons.
yeah,
didn't
you
they?
don't know. Yeah, there's that very famous movie, American Sniper.
Mm.
You watched it where he's got the scope on the kid that's running out,
No.
and it was just a kid, but the kid had a bomb on him,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and he was trying to blow up the Americans. See, you just don't know. It's unexpected.
The world's most powerful militaries struggle against determined civilian resistance. About 72% of American gun owners cite protection as their primary reason
Yeah.
for ownership, suggesting a population already mentally prepared for defensive scenarios.
Oh yeah, they are. When I speak to Americans every day and I talk to them about their guns and stuff, right? They always say like the main reason why they got them is so they're protected and they can't be controlled.
I'm shocked at
That's
that.
the main reason.
I would have thought it was hunting, but hunting's
No,
underneath
no,
it,
no,
isn't
no.
it?
Honestly, the most Americans I spoke to, the number one reason why they got
Full
it,
protection.
they say like, oh, I don't use my gun at all, but it's just in case I need to protect, and so I can't be controlled. That's the main reasons. So like, they've got their own back when it needs, whenever it happens.
Then there's the simple matter of scale. The United States covers approximately 3.7 million square miles, making it the
Massive.
third largest country in the world by land area.
Oh my.
It is larger than Australia, which has an area of about 2.9 million square miles.
You know what?
Goodness me.
Australia's a lot bigger than you thought. You know.
Australia, I've always thought Australia is too big.
I always
I
thought
did.
Australia was small.
No, I
It is huge. And you know Australia, they all just live around the edges. They don't actually live in the middle.
Why?
What do you mean they do?
No, well, there's some places where you live in the middle, but mainly Australia is around the edge. A lot of the middle is like the
Woodland.
outback and just the
Oh.
wasteland.
Oh,
It is
yeah.
too hot in the middle.
Oh,
Way too
really?
hot.
Didn't know
And
that.
it's very wild. Yeah, something like that. But yeah, no, because I think the pinpoints right here is where people live. All these pinpoints.
It's mad.
It's like a lot is like, yeah. Quite
The
far
US
out
is more than
recently.
twice the size of the European Union, which covers around 1.7 million square miles. Additionally, the US is roughly comparable in size to the entire continent of Europe, which has an area of about 3.9 million square miles. The distances involved are shocking from a military perspective. The distance from Washington, D.C. to Los Angeles is about 2,700 miles.
Oh,
In order to sustain any kind of
40-hour drive.
goodness me.
That's mental.
And we moan about an hour drive from
Yeah.
my house to your house and your house to my house.
40-hour drive.
40 hours.
Yeah, but look, Our 1 hour drive has got more roadworks than that 40-hour journey.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you're right
Of
there.
invasion on America, the occupying
Goodness.
force would need to maintain supply lines across these vast distances
Wow.
while facing constant harassment from both organized military resistance and civilian populations. Modern military thinking focuses on quick and decisive actions because long campaigns can get really expensive and hard to manage. Given the vast size of the United States, pulling off a rapid takeover is pretty much impossible.
Yeah, it's not
And
gonna
keeping
happen.
troops in place for a long time would cost a fortune. Consider the economic cost for America during the Iraq and Afghanistan campaigns. Both campaigns involved far smaller territories and populations, but still cost the United States trillions of dollars over 2
Jeez.
decades.
Very
The
expensive.
scale
to
required
war.
to occupy a
God.
territory the
Yeah.
size of America would dwarf these figures by orders of magnitude. Of course, there's one last factor.
The worst
The
factor.
size of that.
That's a nuke.
What's that?
That is the only way you can destroy America. But
That's
then
a bomb.
you
The bomb.
nukes.
The bomb.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Same
A
thing,
very,
is
very,
it?
very big
Yeah.
bomb. But like, if you nuke America, you're getting nuked. The whole world's getting nuked.
Yeah,
We're all
but
getting
how
nuked.
does that go off?
What do you mean?
You
Like,
just drop it.
You drop it, you launch
As
it,
soon as it hits
hits the
something.
ground, blows up.
so if that accidentally rolls off,
No, it's gotta be triggered. Like it's gotta be. If that accidentally rolled off that, and it's not just gonna blow up. It needs to be
It's
like.
got to be dropped from the sky, has it?
Well, I don't
Or
know the
shot.
science behind a nuke,
it's massive.
but
It's huge. Gosh.
they will destroy millions.
Nuclear weapons. The United States maintains one of the world's largest nuclear arsenals, and American nuclear doctrine makes it clear that existential threats to the homeland would likely trigger nuclear response.
Yeah.
This creates what is also known as mutually assured destruction. Any conventional invasion large enough to threaten
They're
American
carrying the
territory
nukes.
would likely
No. They're mainly carried in like big silos in the
Oh.
ground or like on ships and stuff like that. They're just missile launchers.
God.
conventional invasion large enough to threaten American territory would likely escalate to nuclear conflict long before achieving its objectives. This reality
See, what's the scary thing is, right? Is the only reason, because Russia has loads of nukes, America has nukes, we have nukes, so many countries have nukes, right? The only reason why nobody's nuking anyone is because it's that bad and we all have them. It's like mutual worst case scenario. So it's like, let's say you're Russia and I'm America. I'm like, yo, I can nuke you. Then Russia's like, yeah, but I
It's
can
just going to
nuke
be
you.
a pattern, isn't it?
Everyone will be dead.
Yeah.
So that's what we're relying on.
End of the world.
Yeah, that's what we're relying on, that they both don't want to be dead.
Yeah.
If we get someone crazy enough that's like, screw it, hits
That's
the button,
it. Then we've all got to
we're
follow
all,
suit.
yeah, we're all gonna be,
Yeah.
done for that.
fundamentally changes the calculus for any potential adversary that is thinking about invading America. So, to return to our original question, what would it really take to invade the United
Oh,
States?
you
No,
can't.
it's just
I
The
don't,
impossible,
answer to
isn't
that
Yeah,
it?
you
question
can't.
reveals why no serious
Impossible.
military strategist considers a conventional invasion of America a
You
viable
can't.
option. It simply just wouldn't be worth it.
No.
I actually,
Absolutely not.
I actually think the hardest thing to invade America is the civilians. I actually think that because you
yeah.
just can't control them. Like army fighting army, you know who you're fighting, you're prepared.
That's when you
the
actually
journey.
get there.
Yeah,
You've
the
got
Oh
to
yeah,
get
if you
there
if
first.
you do get there, which
Yeah.
is also hard.
Which is very, very unlikely.
It's just impossible, even for the likes of like China, which China is very capable of.
See,
they
when
got a good military, but
I thought invading somewhere was just as simple as getting on a boat
and
hit
knocking
that
up.
country, and you invade
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, no,
But
there's a lot to it.
there's a lot behind it, isn't there?
There's a lot to it. It's
You
not
don't
like
think of that. You just think, "There's the country. I'm going to go there, and that's it."
it's not like back in the day where the UK we invaded a lot of
Yeah,
countries.
yeah.
But we went on with our swords. Start
Yeah.
sword fighting them on the beach. I've dueled you, where's your king? It was a lot
crazy.
easy back then, but no, crazy video. Let us know what you guys think in the comment
very good,
section. If
very
you guys
interesting,
enjoyed,
very interesting.
make sure you leave a thumbs up, subscribe for more content. We'll see you on the next one.
Bye.
Peace.